Dreaming deep. Does this not give the impression of devs being completely tone deaf? Is Dreaming Deep a new game mode, or is this supposed to be our beloved Elusive Realm return to us? I have completed all the available story endings and collected all the current rewards. My humble opinion is informed upon playing this game mode for hours, just to try and understand what values warranted the massive departure from the long awaited Elusive Realm. I just couldn't find any reasons why the previous version was benched in favor of this one. Anyway, here is a quick gameplay of how to unlock the Eternal Watch ending while I share my thoughts on Dreaming Deep. Here's what worked for me. You always start with the rover that is currently equipped in your team. Before you start, choose which element of rover you want to use. Give them their echoes and weapon. You will engage in a couple of fights with them before you unlock your other teammates. Focus on the Etherfin story path located in the center of the map. Skip the Woolly story on the left and the Merc leader at the far top right. Do not interact with those question marks. Defeat all the bosses in the middle area and keep upgrading your characters. There is a lot of RNG involved, unfortunately. If you don't get resonators that will activate the bonds for you, I recommend restarting. Aim for resonators that help you to activate bonds so you can achieve Dreamlink. Dreamlink is a beautiful thing to behold. Once you have achieved that, head to the red book icon and finish the final battle. Good luck. Okay, back to my reflection on Dreaming Deep. Let's start with what I consider the challenges. First, the overall length of a single run felt a bit too long for the average player. Even though I do play the game for long hours, it was annoying. If you made a mistake and ended up not unlocking the required ending upon completion, sorry, you are shit out of luck and have to start the entire process again. That's 90 minutes of time down the drain. Next, the storytelling presentation, largely done through long blocks of plain text. Holy smokes! Who ever came up with this idea? Wasn't there a big stink recently about a game that utilized this same style? Personally, I would have preferred something more immersive. A cartoon would have been preferred to this wall of black text. You can skip, but it still takes its sweet time. Then there's the map. Where is GigaChad, Ebony Gatekeeper, and our beloved White Kitty? I found the chibi-style map out of step with Wuthering Waves' otherwise open-world feel. Navigating it felt more like solving an irritating, unending puzzle in slow motion than embarking on an adventure. This pissed me off. Double-clicking helped only a little bit. I was annoyed throughout this part. And finally, the camera movement during combat can get quite erratic, especially in high action sequences. It's something that could really benefit from a bit of polish. Half the time, I could not see what the heck was going on during a fight. By the way, I have a great PC and great internet and was not even streaming at the time. That said, there are lots of things I really enjoyed. Having access to multiple resonators in a cameo role was a strong point. As someone who already owns them, I'm not sure how the trial versions compare in terms of builds or power, but since every resonator gets super buffed with metaphors, it doesn't really matter. With the proper upgrades, every resonator is OP. I can't wait to see what players will do with some weird, crazy comps. Dreamlink. Oh my god, once you activate a bond and achieve Dreamlink, just wow. Gameplay was peak. The battles really exciting. They're fast, intense, and honestly a lot of fun. I enjoyed this part. In summary, I think this new version of the Illusive Realm has some promising ideas, but the execution could benefit from a lot of refinement. Take away the cursed wall of text, cut the chibi map out, and drop in Ebony Gatekeeper and Kitty Cat to lead us in the story quests. Personally, I would have been just as happy with the classic Illusive Realm updated with new characters and themes. This is a case of fixing something that was not broken. The Dreaming Deep mode is something else. Perhaps it might serve better as a separate event, right next to Fantasy of a Thousand Gateways. I wish they didn't serve it to us as Illusive Realm returned. Once you get through the shell shock of this is not Illusive Realm and think of it as a completely different mode, you might learn to enjoy it. Remember, the event lasts a really long time and will become permanent thereafter. I'd love to hear what you think of Dreaming Deep. Have you tried unlocking Eternal Watch and the other story endings? What was your experience like with Dreaming Deep? If you found this helpful or just want to help me out, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, or sharing your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. This is Bad Queenie, signing off for now. Take care.
Brad salutes you. Yo ho, me hearties. Brad salutes you. Let the flames rise! Listen carefully. Right behind you.
Who's the caged bird now?
Yo-ho, me hearties! In the limelight! More passion! Listen carefully.
Second the divine flame.
Curtain call. Ready for more? Climax of the show! Brad salutes you. Beyond my beloved horizon. Listen carefully.
Evil be fled.
Yo-ho, me hearties! Let the flames rise! salutes you. Listen carefully.
Be reduced